Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, crazy babies, to another episode of Jam Sessions with your host, yours truly, Joe Mycutt. I have a really great author on today. I hope you enjoy the interview and be sure to stay tuned after the interview for a few great book recommendations. Without further ado, I'm going to scooch along off stage and bring on our next author. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, crazy babies, to another episode of Jam Sessions with your host, yours truly, Joe Mycutt. Listen, guys, I'm so super excited that we have extended our reach across the planet. I have here with me today a really special author, Eduko Parle, the author of How We Love and How We Grieve. And she is all the way in Tokyo, Japan. She's in the future right now because it's Monday over there and it's Sunday over here. How are you today?
I am a little nervous, I won't lie.
That's okay. That's okay. We're glad to have you. This is just a chill, sit back and get to know you and have you tell us a few things about your book so people can go out and get a copy. And speaking of your book, it's called How We Love and How We Grieve. Now that's available on Amazon.com, right?
Yes, it is, Joe.
Okay, very cool. So what is the book about in a few words?
Well, before I go into the book, I must say thank you for having me here on Jam Sessions, Joe. So thank you very much and
My
for taking
pleasure.
the time to speak with me. The book, How We Love and How We Grieve, Poems of You and Me, it's about life, relationship, and basically the five stages of love and grief because love has five stages, grief has five stages, and I combine both in order to express things that I found very difficult after my mother passed away and after my relationship ended within the same time frame thereabout. So that's basically the essence of the book.
Wow. There's no better way than through poetry to help express emotions and to deal with those stages, like you said, and to help us process those experiences we're going through. I think not only is it healthy, but it's a beautiful and creative way to do that. And it's very brave to share those experiences with the world because what we're experiencing, so is our neighbor. And I think it's wonderful to share that with everybody. Now, in your book, what would you say or tell viewers is possibly one of your more powerful pieces, one of your most favorite even?
One of my most favorite is a poem from page 27. It's called Holding On to Memories because I think one of the most challenging things for me is like even just as an individual, not as a writer, but as an individual, is the fact that I think about things a lot and I do hold on to memories because I am like a nostalgic person. So memories and shared experiences are very important to me and just having these memories or having these experiences that I find hard to let go of, they help to inspire me writing the books, writing the poetry to express these emotions and feelings. So I think it's one of the most important memories. And it's actually a poem about my sister as well. Because when I wrote that poem, I wrote it in thinking about my older sister. So I really love that poem and thinking about my sister because she was a very loving and affectionate person towards me, one of the most affectionate, I should say. So I think when I think about that poem, it makes me want to have that love again, want to have that relationship and bond with her that is just deeply missing from my life right now.
And that's beautiful. And I mean, that's a beautiful way to pay respect to that love and that another person has given you, and to even memorialize it. And I think that's really wonderful. And you know, our body and our mind and our spirit, I've said it before, it doesn't really know the difference between what we're thinking and what we're doing. So holding on to those memories is like reliving that. It's very much like feeling that love again, and it's important to keep that, keep those positive things in your life. So I think that's really wonderful. Page 27. So readers, viewers, when you get this book, which I think you should, be sure to go to that page and check out Holding On to Memories. Now, give us a little interesting, unique, little known fact about Eduko Parle. Tell your fans something they may not know about you.
Edukopal, the name Edukopal, it in truth it symbolizes the person that I want to be, the person that I am slowly becoming. Because how I came, it's my pen name. Edukopal is my pen name, and it is a name that has been inspired by one of my favorite books and one of my favorite motivational speakers. And for me, I want to be a person that inspires others. So this name is inspiring to me, and I want it to be a name that is inspiring to others as well.
Well, that's very cool. Yeah, that is your pen name. Now, you mentioned wanting to inspire others. I believe as an outside person looking in, I could confirm to you as another human being that that is something you've already done. So when you achieve or you hope to achieve this person that you want to become or be like, I think it's very important for you to know that you are that person. And you are, in fact, not trying to become this person, but you are just trying to realize that you very much already are this person. And your book alone, How We Love and How We Grieve, is an inspiration to so many people who may read it. And the difference it could make in one person or many people's lives means that you already are embodying the person that you hope to be. And I think that's wonderful. Now, what do you hope that readers take away from your book? What are some things that you hope they gain from reading it?
Well, things that I hope the reader gains from reading this book is just to remember that How We Love and How We Grieve, Poems of You and Me, is not just for me, it's for everybody because everybody loves Joe, everybody grieves.
Mhm.
And you and me, we're always interacting with each other. So the relationships that we have, whether family, friends, or intimate relationship, they're important and they influence us in major or very subtle ways. And sometimes we can't really realize it. So it is for people to realize the essence of relationships and the effects they have on us. And it can be very positive or negative. So we just have to really assess our relationships and the effects they have on us.
Yeah, I think that's very, very important to realize. And you are right; these are things that affect all of us. We're constantly always loving or grieving something, and I really think they go hand in hand. You can't really have grief or even hate or despair or anguish without having loved first. And they're very much rooted within the same core experiences. So I think it is important to share that, and I think readers can gain something from reading your perspective on what it means to love and grieve and how we do that as humans. So wonderful. Now, for the fans of Educo, what can they expect? Is there any other projects underway? Will there be another book? What do we got coming from you?
I am a dreamer. I am a dreamer. Most definitely, I am a dreamer. And even when I am asleep, I am always thinking, Joe. So
Absolutely.
there are a lot of things to come. Most definitely, like my second book is basically finished already. And since I am living here in Japan, it's a book that is actually inspired by Japan. It's called Living Through Haiku. Haiku is a Japanese style of poetry that uses only 3 lines. So I'm very excited about launching or publishing that book first earlier this year. And then later this year, I am writing my first memoir. It's called Death Consumes Me.
Mhm.
So I am currently writing that book in hopes to release it later this year as well. So I have 2 books I would like to finish writing and publishing. Well, I have 2 books I would like to publish this year, and then next year another 2. So I think I have maybe 7 books in total I would like to write that is in relations to my grieving process because I am going through a grieving process of the loss of my older sister, my mother, and somebody that I cared a lot about as well. So there's a lot of grieving process going on. So most of my works they have a melancholic temperament to them, but I think persons can gain a lot from just reading these books and learning more about grief. And then um because I live here in Japan, I am inspired by the culture. So I have my original merch coming out later this year as well or earlier this year, an online store, and it's actually inspired by this mystical animal called a kirin, which is my logo, the Edukapar logo that I'm using. So persons can check out that, or they will be seeing more of that earlier this year as well.
Oh, that is really You have merchandise as well. Be sure whenever you launch that merchandise, come back to this podcast on Facebook and enter the website in the comment section so that viewers know where to go to check that out. That is really cool. And what better way than to experience a culture such as the Japanese culture than to write a haiku styled poetry book? That is really cool. And to say that you're able to do that while physically living there, that is an experience. And I think that's something to look forward to. So we absolutely are honored that you came here today to tell us a little bit about you and about your book, How We Love and How We Grieve. Viewers, be sure to go out and grab a copy of that on Amazon.com. And when you, Eduko, write these next couple of books, let me know, because I'm excited to have you back on here so that we can find out about it. I'm already a fan. I'm sure you've got more fans to come. Thank you so much for being here today, all the way from Tokyo, Japan.
Joe, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It was more, I am still a little bit shaky, nervous, but it was actually very nice speaking to you.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was all mine. Until next time, crazy babies. All right, crazy babies, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Jam Sessions with today's author. Be sure to check out their book and grab a copy. Also, check these great books out. My children's book called Beautiful Boy by Joseph Micah, available on Amazon.com. A great collection of poetry by Alicia Hodge, titled I May Be a Romantic, But I'm Not Hopeless, available on Amazon.com. Another great collection of poetry by Marie Dawn Moldovan, titled 20 Years of Winter, also available on Amazon.com. And last but not least, this is the first book, Vocus Animarum, in a series, a 7-book series titled Philly Der Bedlam. Again, this is the first book that is out and available, Vocus Animarum. It's also available on Amazon.com. Be sure to stay tuned. Right after this, I'm going to leave you with a teaser video about that series. The author not only directed and produced this video, but he also created the music that you'll hear in the background. Enjoy.